In today's class, in our financial accounting class under the Chima Dedicated Video channel, I will be looking at how to calculate working capital and current ratio. Now, I want to make some explanations. Working capital and current ratio are part of what we call liquidity ratio in business. And what is liquidity ratio? Liquidity ratio is one of those ratios or whatever we use, the matrix we use to calculate how solvent a business is. Now, if you are conversant with national economy, let me use banking for instance. If you go to every country of the world, take Nigeria for instance, there are so many times you see many banks have collapsed. Banks collapse, and before some of these banks collapse, you see them, they have branches, hundreds of branches all over the country. You see their managers riding big vehicles. But the way they collapse, you're wondering, what happened? How is it that a bank with all its branches, everything everywhere looks so wonderful and beautiful? Yes, they are insolvent. Once they go to the point where they will not be able to fulfill their short-term debt obligation, then they can't be in business. And so, if you're a businessman and you are looking at the size of your shop, everywhere is filled up, and you don't check your working capital, your liquidity ratio, you wake up one morning and discover that you're insolvent. You can't meet up. The next thing you see, bank will come and confiscate everything. Debt creditors will come and say, oh boy, lock you up. And that is how some businesses crumble. So, as a businessman, you must be checking on this every time. Now, in this liquidity ratio, there are two of them that stands out. And these are working capital and current ratio. Now, I'm going to show you how we'll calculate this because it's very important. Now, if you look at this board, I have stock. Let's say your business, the stock is 2,500. You have cash in hand, 1,500. You have debtors, 3,500. Creditors, 1,800. Short-term loans, 700. How do you calculate your working capital and your current ratio? If your current ratio is in the positive, it's more than 1, it shows your business is still solvent. If your working capital is in the positive, it shows your business is solvent. But remember, it has to do with how much positive is it. If someone, for instance, has a current ratio of 1.2, you won't compare it to someone who has a current ratio of 5. So the business that has a current ratio of 5% or whatever is there. It's truly on ground than the one that has 1.2. Are you getting it? So these are the things we're going to calculate. So how do we go about it? Now, in solving the problem of working capital, which I'm going to call WC, the formula says current assets minus current liabilities. This is how to solve it. Current assets minus current liabilities. Now, you now ask yourself, from what I have here, what are the current assets? I'm going to show you stock is a current asset, cash is a current asset, debtor is a current asset. These are things that are the short-term assets of the organization. The stock means your inventory. That particular product your company is selling, you are dealing with. You still have some of them in stock. That is part of your current assets. Now the cash you have in hand, including the one you have in bank, they are all part of current assets. Then debtors are those who are owing you. Debtors, trade debtors are not expected to owe you more than 1 year. So they are short-term assets, because you expected that you can easily borrow money from somewhere and say, don't worry, before the end of the year I'm going to pay you back, because you have debtors who are owing you, and you hope that by the time they pay you at the end of the month, before the end of the year, you're going to pay back. That's why we call them current assets. So it's one of them. And if you look at creditors are the people you are owing. The same way you have debtors owing you that should pay within a year, That's creditors are the people you are owing that you must pay within a year. Short-term loans are those loans you collected from the bank that is not more than 1 year. So these are things you must meet within the accounting year. They are all called current or short-term. Now, because working capital is current assets minus current liabilities, what do? You check all these current assets. Stock is 25, cash is 15, that is 4,000 plus 35, 75. So I'm going to have 7,500 minus what are my current liabilities, creditors and short-term loans. Creditors want a short-term loan is 700, which is 25. So when this minus this, I'm going to have 5,000 naira. So this is my working capital. That means I can settle my debtors and still have something to remain in the business. What if the answer is 0? You are in trouble. That means the amount I'm owing people is the amount I have. That means if my creditors just come and say, please, you must pay us today, I give them everything, the business is gone. And what I'm giving them, including selling my stock, bring all my money in the bank, collecting money from my debtors and settle them. No single cash in the business. That means the system has collapsed. Because when it involves you to even sell your stock, have you not seen people doing that? They start selling their stock to meet up, obligations of debts. And so that's how a business started going down. And this is simple accounting. Everyone business, even if you are building a small one, you should learn how to do that. Now, but this one is in the positive. That means I can settle my creditors and my liabilities, short-term liabilities, and still have some money with me. That means I'm still in business. That is it. Now, the next thing is calculating the current ratio. How do you calculate the current ratio? The current ratio says current assets all over current liabilities. So this means 75 all over 325. That's what it is. 75 all over 25. Because it's ratio times 100 over 1. So when you look at this, if this goes here, it's okay. No, please, we don't put this normally. We just go through this. So 25 divides 75, we're going to have 3. So this is the ratio. This ratio 3 is what, as long as the answer is in the positive, it simply shows that your business is still healthy. But if this answer happens to be in the negative, that is 0 point something, not in the negative, less than 1, then there's a problem. If your working capital is in the negative, that's what I wanted to say before now. If it's the negative, you are in problem. If this one is less than 1, that's in fraction, in decimal fraction, you are in trouble. That means the business is already down. And so this is what it takes when we talk about liquidity ratio. Remember where we started. If you are watching this video as a student, you should learn this. In the exam, you're going to see it, whether you are working it or simple, objective exam, the financial accounting exams, whether JAMB or WAEC, you're going to see questions like this, and they will ask you. So this is exactly how to do it. And remember that liquidity ratio had to do with solvency of a business. Can this business stand? Because if you don't have enough money to meet up with current liability, that is, those debts you are owing that someone can wake up and say, oh God, you must pay me today. I won't leave your house until you pay me. There are sometimes people come to you and say, you must pay me today. You look around, don't have cash, you sell your vehicle, you sell something and give to them. And things you can easily sell at current things. Even if you have a building, that's why those banks that collapse, they cannot easily sell their building to settle debts. It's not easy to convert building. You're going to take you a lot to find someone who wants to buy building and all those things. But if you are selling cement, if you are selling just your normal stock and inventories, it's easy to discard them within 1 week. You can even sell it on auctions and people buy because it's something that's already people are buying. They are stock. You understand that? So this is exactly how to do this. In this channel, you see we do a lot of tutorials, whether it's on financial accounting, on education technology, on money making, on crypto. So we encourage, if you are watching for the first time, please do it to subscribe. If you want to concentrate on everything about financial accounting, check our playlist on the channel on financial accounting and click on it. You are going to see most of our videos here. I wish you the best. I'm going to encourage you to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like this video. When you do that, you're going to support us because that will make YouTube to recommend to so many others. I wish you the best. Thanks for watching. God bless you.